Welcome back, BookTube. This is part 2 of my October book selection. This video is going to be about selecting books for the month of October from the fiction and nonfiction adult categories. I went through my bookshelves to see what felt a little spooky, and I have this huge stack over here. Do you see this? Of Stephen King. I've never read any Stephen King other than his memoir on writing. These are all of my sons. He is a Stephen King fanatic. He loves Stephen King. So I called him and said, if I was going to read one Stephen King novel for the month of October, something a little scary to get me in the mood for Halloween, what would it be? And he said, oh, any of them are great. But he did say his favorites were The Institute, 11/26/93, and there was another one, The Stand. Those were the 3 that he recommended. I think as a Stephen King newbie, although he recommended those 3, being a woman of a certain age, I feel like if I'm going to read Stephen King, the first thing I should read should be Carrie. I don't know why it's on my shelf. I don't know if Hugh bought it or if it's from my sister or where, but it has ended up on my shelf and I'm gonna read it this month. I'm not usually a gory, scary kind of person. I'm much more unicorns and butterflies, but it is October. I feel like I should read a little spookily this month. So Stephen King's Carrie is going into the book box. All right, some non-Stephen King things that I found in my shelf. Books, my loves. The Night Swim is a book of the month that's been on my shelf that I have not read. That's what I'm thinking about. Vince Flynn, I've never read any of his Kill Shot. I think that might either be from my husband or my son, addition to our library. The President's Daughter by Bill Clinton and James Patterson was a gift. I have not read it yet. Lucy Foley, The Guest List, I have read. It's a really good book. I really enjoyed it. Had some good twists to it. I'd recommend that one, but I don't think I'm going to choose to reread it this month. Sharp Objects by Jillian Flynn. Believe it or not, I have not read that. I did read Gone Girl, and it was one of the few suspense thriller novels that I read that I just couldn't put down. It was fantastic. So there's a part of me that's kind of drawn that way because I haven't read it and I already know I love her book. And then I have a copy of Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. I haven't read any Agatha Christie. Can you believe this? So I'm kind of torn. Since I'm doing the Stephen King Carrie, I think I'm going to skip Agatha Christie this time. Maybe I'll circle back around to her. I think I'm going to go with Sharp Objects for the book box because it's been on my shelf for a long time. I haven't read it, and I know I loved Gone Girl, so I'm thinking it would be good. And I didn't watch the miniseries, so maybe after I read it, I'll check out the miniseries. So that's going into the book box. So in addition to the picture books and the middle grade YA, and I've got 2 adult fiction, and I have 3 nonfiction to look at. The first one is the Transforming Ourselves, Empowering Our Children, The Conscious Parent. This one I have had for a little bit, but I really, really want to read it. So I think it's going into the book box because I am attending a webinar, seminar, or something where Shefali Tsarbi, I just butchered her name. I'm so sorry. will be speaking, and I kind of would like to have a little more knowledge. I've heard wonderful things about her. So I think The Conscious Parents is definitely going, and it will probably be one of the first books I read this month. So let's go ahead and put that in. The other two I have that I would like to get into is You Are the Placebo, Making Your Mind Matter by Dr. Joe Dispenza. I've heard a lot about him with the podcasts and different things I've been listening to. His name keeps coming up, so I would like to do some investigation into his research. It's fascinating, and if it works, then I definitely am on board. I'm not sure, my book box is starting to fill up. I don't know that I will get to it, but I think I am going to go ahead and put it in the box because I really want to read it. If I don't get to it this month, it'll probably be a carryover to November. The third one I have is The History and Philosophy of Psychology. I am super interested in psychology, children's psychology, learning how we improve ourselves, from my point of view, the more we know about our brain, the better we can take care of it, and hopefully the longer and more useful it will be to us. So this is definitely something I want to do some research into, but I've already got 2 nonfictions in here, and I think they're going to be pretty heavy. So I think this one's going to go back on the shelf, and hopefully I'll see it in the next couple months. So my additions for October for adult fiction, nonfiction are The Conscious Parent, You Are the Placebo, Stephen King's Carrie, and Jillian Flynn, Sharp Objects. All right, in the next video, I will be talking about all the new books I added to my shelf over the last few weeks, and I'll be selecting some of those to the book box, and then I'll finish it up telling you everything that's in the book box and where I'm going to start. Would love it if you read along with me. If you have any questions or comments, please down below. If you would like to keep up with what I'm doing and what's going on next, definitely subscribe so that you will get notified every time I post a video, and give me a thumbs up, and I'd love to talk to you. Hope you have a great day, and happy October reading, my friends. See you in the next video. Bye.